Hello everyone, this is an Arkansas River video report presented by Taylor Edrington, Royal Gorge Anglers in Canyon City, Colorado for early May. Today is May 6th and looking forward into the next few weeks before runoff on the Arkansas River. It's some truly productive fishing, both subsurface and great dry fly activity with caddis and blue-winged olives throughout the month, like I said, until we do receive runoff. Typically, we will start to see some low-level snowmelt and higher-level snowfield runoff around the 15th to 20th of May. This year, with a little bit cooler temperatures through the month of April, as well as the first few weeks of May, what we've experienced is cooler than average air temperatures, and we expect that piece of the pie that contributes to the start of runoff to push runoff a little bit later, possibly about May 20th. Of course, Mother Nature will ring the bell and it'll come down the hill when it wants to, so we'll keep you updated on that as it progresses. However, snowpacks are holding strong, and we don't see that runoff happening until about 20th, as the 20th of May being our best guess. As we look forward to fishing on the Arkansas, this week we're running 270 at Wellsville, 150 at Granite, and 300 at Canyon City. Much better flow than we experienced through the month of April, and it will really do well in helping out with the productivity with feeding on the river. So we should see caddis continue to hatch in the lower canyon. It's been an interesting hatch. We had some cold weather this last Wednesday, and that kind of stopped the hatch, so to speak, for 3 or 4 days, and then we saw an upstart in the hatch again, all the way down the canyon. So we saw bugs again at Parkdale, which we had seen bugs, 2 weeks before at Parkdale. So kind of a restart all the way down the canyon, and we've seen good, consistent hatches, nothing prolific. We did see a prolific hatch a week ago tomorrow, Tuesday, at Pinnacle Rock. One of, kind of the old days, a big prolific hatch. However, it's our experience that at this point we probably won't see that. We will start to see bug activity in the Salida to Browns Canyon area maybe this week. Those hatches thus far on the upper end have been later, about 3 or 4 o'clock in the late afternoon, early evening. So we expect to see some continuing good hatches in the canyon for the caddis, around 1 o'clock from Valley Bridge down to Parkdale, and even some in Canyon City, which is very surprising, but each year is very different. Also, blue-winged olives have been excellent in the last few days with more, increased overcast and cloud cover, and we expect that to continue this week. As far as the cloud cover goes, and warm temperatures and warm overnight temperatures, which are key, will continue to hatch a bunch of blue wings. We have seen prolific blue wing hatches in the last few days, and so we will have mixed caddis and blue wings hatching at the same time, and we should see that through the week and really until runoff occurs. As far as rigging goes, really what you want to think about, go in with the mindset of where fish are going to be in the water column. If we take a look at this quick little diagram, segment 1 is going to be the lower water column, which signifies, from the riverbed all the way, up maybe 12 inches, and that's where fish are going to be holding in the early AM after the cooler overnight temperatures. And then as we start to see caddis emergence, blue wing emergence, start to see the pupa and the blue wing emergers start to make their move once water temp hits, around that 54 to 55 degree water temp and up. We'll see fish follow those emergers and kind of kick up into the second water column here in the middle, which signifies anywhere from 12 inches to maybe 12 inches below the surface. And so we'll see that occur, usually around 11 a.m. Before that, we're throwing stoneflies and staying on the bottom, maybe trailing a caddis larva, caddis pupa. Blue wing nymphs have been very productive in that first strata, and then in the second, as those emergers start to really kick up in productivity, we'll throw those just an emerger trailing, caddis pupa, trailing a blue wing emerger or a blue wing nymph in that second strata, and then in the third, that signifies later on in the day as blue wings and caddis have really made that push to the surface, and fish may be feeding on adults sporadically, but more so in that third strata of the water column. And so at that point we'll go dry, dropping a beadhead emerger, and try to get into that surface film down maybe 6 inches. And then, as the day progresses, we'll be on the surface. Okay, so in that fourth strata, and definitely fishing those dries heavily during this time period, which could be anywhere from 12:30 to 2 o'clock starting time on into the evening with egg layers. A lot of egg layer action, especially in the lower canyon, so that late afternoon and evening fishing will be excellent. And then moving forward from there, as far as patterns go, pretty standard. We've got our nymph rigs starting in that first water column. Rubber leg stones always a good way to go. Dark and light have been really good, so the golden and the dark stone have been excellent. Tungsten 20-inchers been another excellent pattern for us. Tungsten 20s, we tie those tungsten wrap, tungsten bead. So those are some stonefly nymphs to really take advantage of. Then, like I said, your caddis emergers are going to be very important. In fact, probably the most important pattern you'll fish all day. And so Larry's caddis pupa, beadhead, tungsten bead again, going to be a good one for you. Juan Ramirez's Royal Gorgeous, an excellent pattern representation of the caddis pupa. A petrified caddis pupa, which also called a nitro pupa, is going to be excellent. And then one of Morish's bright green super pupa, excellent caddis pupa representation. And then, of course, like I said, blue wing nymphs are going to be excellent for you and very productive throughout the day, especially early and into the mid-afternoon time period. We will see, blue wing nymphs in the range of anything from a scuba nymph to a pheasant tail. So that scuba nymph's an excellent representation. WD-50, which is one of Anglers' patterns. Excellent blue wing representation. Tungsten, nice flash over and little wing there. And then, moving into dry fly activity on that surface activity, and maybe even in the surface film, drowning an adult is always a good strategy during this time period with that many emergers and adults present. The midget caddis continues to be an excellent caddis representation on the entire river. The Mother Superior, one of our egg layers, so late evening is going to be for this bug. That Mother Superior is going to be great. Crime scene caddis has been one of my #1 most visible and producing flies during bigger hatches, so when fish get a little bit picky, so that mother superior. Of course, we can't forget black foam caddis, size 14 and 16, just that standard elk hair. And then moving into the blue wings, my number one producing blue wing pattern right now is Larry Kingery's Wild Turkey. Throw that behind a high-vis caddis during that dry fly activity. That Wild Turkey is kind of a dry emerger, sits it down in the water column a little bit. It's going to be a great fly for you. Loop wing, blue-winged olive is going to be an excellent pattern. Going to be a great pattern for that adult action. Sprout Baetis, another excellent representation there. And so you get the gist. I mean, just a lot going on. You could throw streamers, especially on overcast days like this week. Going to have excellent streamer activity on the Arkansas. And so, be sure to stop in the fly shop and ask us what's going on a day-to-day basis, or give us a call, and we can give you a little better representation of what to expect. And we would love, still got some, good openings for the late caddis hatch time period. If you're looking for a guided trip, would love to take you on a private section, or just show you the public water and kind of step your game up during the hatch season. We are starting to book for our post-runoff floats and stonefly hatch time period, so make sure to keep up on that. And if you do have any questions, please feel free to give us a call. Toll free 888-994-6743, or email us at info@royalgorgeanglers.com. Again, it's been a pleasure talking to you today, and hope to see you soon on the water or in the fly shop. Thanks so much.